evening for the beautiful game. Welcome to Cashman Field in downtown Las Vegas. Should be fun. It is always when the Las Vegas Lights take to the pitch, taking on Fresno FC in a critical matchup of teams on the outside looking in of the Western Conference race. Along with Lori Lindsay, Dave Lamont, we thank you very much for joining us. And Lori, these games are critical because every time you lose ground as you try to get to claw your way to the number 8 spot, it's brutal as we start to run out this time of the year. And as we show you the standings, you see these teams on the outside trying to make a move.
Yeah, you're exactly right. In Las Vegas, the Lights still trying to claw their way into that playoff spot. It is slipping further and further away, and that's why tonight is a must-win for them.
Carlos Alvarez will be back for Las Vegas tonight after serving his red card suspension. And we go all the way back to the only other meeting between these teams opening night of the USL season, and a great win for the Lights.
Yeah, and they'll look to capitalize on that again. It's the only team that's been able to score 3 goals against against Fresno. The only other team, Orange County. So Fresno will be looking for redemption, especially with them not having as much pressure tonight as Las Vegas does.
Yeah, Las Vegas is in a position where they nearly have to be perfect to finish out the season. And that still might not be good enough. And the Lights were shut out in their last match. That's not normal for Las Vegas. We'll see if they can find the offense that was missing in Phoenix against Phoenix last week and bring it to the home fans against a fired-up Fresno Foxes squad. We'll have our 11s when we return.
Las Vegas Lights take on Reno 1868 FC Tuesday, August 28th at 7:30 p.m.
On down, shot, ripped in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV Channel 21, Cable 12.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Vamos! 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 Vamos!
At Chivas Fight Club, we believe there's a fighter in all of us. A mind that's always moving, thinking, sparring, and a heart that won't be knocked down. We believe in staying devoted to the fight, because every dream is worth fighting for. On the rise to the top, hard work should be rewarded, and success always shared. What are you fighting for?
Hello, I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. There's a lot of confusion lately about health insurance. Nevada HealthLink can help you shop for and enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com to review your options and enroll.
Lights FC is brought to you by Zappos. Visit Zappos.com/LV Lights FC. By Findlay Toyota, we'll do anything to sell you a car. And by Plaza Hotel and Casino, the official hotel of the Lights in downtown Las Vegas. So we're ready to go with these 2 Western Conference foes, the Lights and the Foxes, going at it. Las Vegas v. Fresno. We take a look at Select, the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Let's get to our 11s, and the starting 11 brought to you by Zappos, presenting the Zappos Fan Tailgate starting at 5:30 p.m. before every match. Visit Zappos.com/LV Lights FC. And Ysidro Sanchez had to be happy to put number 7 back in the lineup for his side.
Yeah, absolutely. And also keep your eye on number 8, Omar Salgado, a massive threat up top, and they're going to need to look for some goals, especially getting a must-win game to still keep themselves in that playoff hunt.
And a surprise to see Angel Alvarez in goal instead of Ferreño tonight. But Carlos Alvarez, his skill and his intelligence was really missed by this light side.
Yeah, he's the one that keeps them ticking, him and Kobayashi in the midfield, but more of attacking presence and links up well with the front three.
For Fresno, Christian Cheney and Juan Pablo Cafa up top. They're very high on Cheney's capabilities, and Kyle Rainish back and in good form in goal for Adam Smith.
Yeah, tonight will also all be all about Cheney and Cafa up top and how well they link together. And again, it's just about picking and choosing their times, being patient up top, and then looking to see if they can steal 3 points away from home.
Well, let me hit you up for our Findlay Toyota keys to the game as we take a look at Zach Ellis Hayden and his first goal of the season against St. Louis with a spectacular strike right here.
You're exactly right. Upper 90, massive goal. What a beautiful goal to put them up.
That was a big win. And by the way, see number 11 there, Jamal Johnson, not available tonight. That's a key loss for Fresno. And you see a bit of a breezy evening as it can get to be in Las Vegas at times. Now let's get to our Findlay Toyota keys to the game, Lori. And Findlay Toyota, of course, is an official partner of Las Vegas Lights FC.
And for Las Vegas, about being more aggressive. They came out, they weren't as on their front foot last week against Phoenix as we usually see them, especially at home. They need to attack. They need to be more aggressive, force Fresno to make mistakes. So can they get off on the front foot tonight? And then for Fresno, can they be patient, pick and choose their times? They're not in a must-win position here, but they do want to get redemption against Las Vegas after losing and getting 3 goals scored on them.
Of course, Cashman being a baseball diamond, and so you're going to see a little bit of football/soccer, or excuse me, baseball/soccer in here in Las Vegas in their home black uniforms, coming out aggressively and losing possession. And give us a moment to tell you about our health report for tonight. UMC is the official hospital and emergency services provider for the Las Vegas Lights. In the night's medical report, Matt Thomas with a lower body injury, not available tonight for Isidro Sanchez.
And these first 5-10 minutes are going to be important for this game, especially for Las Vegas. We talked about them, one of the keys being more aggressive. They come out. You and I spoke before this match about how they were flat last week, and it's unusual for them, especially at home. It's a difficult place to play. It's exciting.
And they're an exciting team, and it was surprising to see a passive performance against Phoenix. Now, let's give Phoenix some credit for certain. They played a solid defensive matchup. And actually, so did Las Vegas. Of the 2 goals, 1 was a PK. But still, you don't expect to see Las Vegas shut out at Cashman. I'm going to call in favor of Fresno there as Ribeiro was taken down, and that takes work to get the big guy down. Fresno in the road whites tonight. Juan Pablo Cafa with that dangerous left foot. Watch for 21 Cheney. Right now he's being marked by Herrera Perla. Young player has come off the bench for Fresno, also getting the start tonight. Very fast and very capable. Posting up here is Cheney, and you can see some of his strength as he works his way through some defenders. Now an early opportunity up front. Fresno firing, and it's deflected. And an early test for Angel Alvarez in goal tonight over Ferrino, getting a rare night off.
Exactly right. This is a good look from Fresno early on. Again, dictating the tempo, finding out wide. And then just a good little weighted ball back for a first-time strike, but easy for Alvarez to take care of.
There's a shot and a goal! Vegas will not be shut out tonight. Or did that miss?
Yeah, hit on the outside.
Oh, I reacted with the crowd. It's on the outside.
But a good early, I mean, we talked about back and forth with this game. And Las Vegas wanting to come out early, and this is a good strike here. Left footer strike, so much time in the world, just hits the side netting. But again, this one has so much pace and is dipping there.
You know, Mendiola fooled me and fooled a few of the fans who had a better view behind the net. They thought it went into the back of the net. So no goal early, but a dangerous chance by Raul Mendiola.
And even if that goal was, or that shot was on frame, Rainish was there, had it covered.
Oh, good touch here, and now in the open, Juan Pablo Caffa. Alvarez looking like Fresno, way off the line, and Caffa, a professional scorer, puts it in the back of the net, and the captain has put a tally up for the Foxes. Well, we know one thing. Angel Alvarez plays a lot like Fresno. He will come off his line and attack. This time it backfired.
Well, what a start here. And this back line for Las Vegas all over the place. Caffa finds himself just wide open, not marked at all. As you said, Alvarez comes out fishing. Caffa just takes a touch by him and then slots it home. Nothing that Del Campo can do, nothing that Rodrigo can do as he slides to try to save that, but unexpected start here in the first 5 minutes for Las Vegas, going down 1-0 already.
Yeah, this year Fresno has yet to lose a game when they score first. They've had 13 opportunities at it. They've had 5 draws and 8 victories when they score first.
And we knew that Las Vegas was going to need to take risks, get on the scoreboard, and here we see them starting to get into the attack immediately after this goal, but at the same time, they need to be able to shore up that back line. It was just all over the place, way too easy for Caffa to be able to find space and be one-on-one with Alvarez in the back.
Well, there's been a change in the line. Ellis Hayden is out there, but that is Manley, number 2. I thought for a moment that was someone else. And Fresno will get the goal kick coming up. What a stunner. First you think you have a goal. You come very close with Mendiola, and then about 2 minutes later the defense opened up, and Caffa, who's so good and such a dangerous scorer. The Argentinian who played with Tulsa last season was able to find the back of the net. Barrera. It'll be interesting to see how Fresno plays without the steady hand of Jamal Johnson. Such a good scorer for this Fresno team. They're off to obviously to a good start here, but Johnson's going to be out for, according to Adam Smith, 2 to 4 weeks with a muscle injury. And he's the very definition of a professional, Johnson. So we'll see how they do. Now Mendiola with a run. Ribeiro grabbing at him. Mendiola spinning him around. And around second base, he lays it off. Kobayashi, another key player, launched but low. And a throw-in coming up here for Las Vegas.
And that was tremendous footwork by Mendiola to be able to break free and then keep possession for his team. And that's what they're going to need tonight, especially going down 1-0 early. Start to dictate the tempo, get those players, Mendiola, Alvarez on the ball.
A long throw in. Looks like Daly got a piece of that. Another throw in coming up here for the Las Vegas Lights. And Manley will take the honors one more time. Kobayashi, another key player for Las Vegas, was quiet last week against Phoenix. That will go against Rafael Garcia, who plays a very physical game. Short in stature, but will stick his nose into any situation.
And he provides good balance in there with Alvarez and Kobayashi. Kobayashi more of the playmaker, the swing type of midfielder, getting forward and up and down that field, and Alvarez more of the attacking midfielder. And Garcia's in there, just kind of break things up. As you said, short in stature, but definitely gets in, is not afraid to get into tackles and win the ball and get into the start the attack for Las Vegas.
Well, in 2 weeks, the Lights will be back at Cashman Field to take on Los Dos LA Galaxy 2, September the 8th. And for tickets, just visit lightsfc.com/September or just buy your tickets at any La Bonita supermarket. Manley will get there ahead of Cheney, but barely, and Cheney a little shaken after that collision, comes up hobbling. So keep an eye on him as he struggles to get back to his feet. Garcia's got some room to survey the field. He did have Mendiola down the right side, couldn't find him. Alvarez back in the lineup. Good ball here for Manley. Tried to leave it for Alvarez, and it was intercepted. Kobayashi with a tackle there, but it goes to Zachary Ellis Hayden, who had that goal that we showed you earlier, his first of the year, and it was a stunner against St. Louis. Avila on the attack. Mendiola, great skill there on the trap, but it was stripped. Crowd looking for a call, but Cooper was able to come away with the ball. Kaffa will get it on the run. He's got Cheney, who looks like he's going to be okay. Kaffa, nobody's marking him. All the way into the penalty area. Leaves it. And it's too high. Barrera had the opportunity, but that was just a little bit awkward for him to try to gather that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But it's Kaffa who's finding tons of space again in this back line for Las Vegas. When they push up, it is wide open for Fresno to be able to counterattack and find spaces where Kaffa can slip into. And he's just having a heyday, especially as soon as they get him on the ball early. And you're right, it was just a little too far of a ball for Barrera to be able to collect and pull down for any chance on goal, but a good look on the counterattack nonetheless.
Saw the strength of Cheney that time, kind of overpower the defender, and going to set up our first corner kick of the match. And Kaffa will take this. Again, very good, Kaffa, with that left foot. And it's a breezy evening in downtown Las Vegas. A little of the debris blowing around along with the flags. Far post, headed, double headed actually, and it'll be throw-in coming up.
And these conditions actually play in the hands of Fresno. That was one thing Coach Adam Smith was worried about, was just the heat, their long road trip, being in Vegas. He said he's going to have room checks on his players.
I don't think the heat bothers the Fresno guys because the valley's not exactly cold.
Well, you're exactly right. So for him to mention that, you know.
Yeah, I think there are other temptations that we all know about. Lori, let's face it. Can you find another stadium in this league that has a poker table where the fourth official hangs out and where they keep the substitution board? No is the answer.
Exactly.
There's right there with the USL banner in front of it. If the lights in the stadium go out, you can still find where that fourth official is because the lights are on the poker table. Now there's the steal and back the other way very quickly. Good ball through for Cheney, and he's offside. Flag is up.
And that's a close call. I thought Herrera was keeping him onside, leaving that wide space wide open for him to run into. But again, Vegas has got to be careful. I mean, we're only 12 minutes in, and they're leaving so many areas vulnerable in that back line for themselves. They don't want to find themselves down 2-0 too early on, chasing this game even more than they already are.
Neither of these teams in the top 8 in the Western Conference, but 3 points will vault them a long way and keep playoff hopes kicking. Fresno 11th, Las Vegas a couple of spots below them. Plenty of room here for Salgado. Lays it off. Mendiola with a strike. It was deflected. Ball still available. Trying to get a good turn there was Ochoa. He couldn't. Mendiola taken down. The crowd is screaming for a call. They're not going to get it. Referee Izmir Pekmik getting a little wrath from the audience. Kaffa. Cross low, one touch, and Alvarez comes up with a sparkling save on a one-timer off the left foot of Ellis Hayden.
And again, Fresno's having a ton of success down that left-hand side. A good ball, low-driven ball across the box here. Ellis Hayden connects on it, but not well enough to get anything past Alvarez.
So another corner kick coming up. This will be number 2 for the visitors. Far post headed wide. Del Campo got in there and was able to get a head on it, but missed. The USL's official Twitter feed will keep you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league. 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. Might have been off the hand, yeah, and the referee caught that. Inadvertent, but nevertheless.
And you and I spoke about Las Vegas, for them, having a quiet game last week, but one of the bright spots was Salgado. Every time he got on the ball, creating something, causing some trouble for that Phoenix back line, and they're going to need to look for him tonight. Link up with Alvarez, who's back after his suspension. See if they can start to get things going in this attacking third.
Rainish. We almost had goalie-to-goalie action there. And Manley headed that in the wrong direction, so Barrera will come up with a throw-in. Garcia, physical play, and they let him go that time, along with Verhoeven, who's back in the lineup. With Johnson out, Verhoeven becomes a key player for Fresno. Kobayashi with some real skill there. Now, Mendiola. Avila throwing it into traffic. Header, not the best. And Rainish had to come in there to gather that. Have a Fresno player shaken up. Well away from where the play was. That's Juan Pablo Caffa. I don't know whether he has a cramp issue. I'm not trying to stretch, but it could very well be a cramp issue. Triple-digit heat is usually the case. But again, Fresno comes from that kind of high heat, low humidity environment. So the captain and the goal scorer in this game in the 4th minute. Caffa with a tally. Looks like he should be all right. And the never-ending lobbying of the referee will go on while Caffa receives the medical treatment.
Exactly. Well, we did mention that long bus ride and how that could cause some issues for this Fresno team coming here. So you just hope he's okay. I mean, he's been such an important piece to this team. His ability to make runs out of that midfield, score goals as well.
We'll have to wait for permission to come back into the game. Also had a quick word with his head coach, Adam Smith. And Fresno will gain possession. I imagine Juan Pablo Caffa will be rejoining the fray here any second if he hasn't already. And speaking with us, Adam Smith was thrilled with Kyle Rainish. You see right there, after taking some time off to, as he said, kind of rest his bones. About a month, C.J. Cochran had played with this team on loan from Nashville. Cochran went back to Nashville, so Rainish just stepped back in and played very, very well. Alvarez with a purpose on that. Got it all the way to second base. Salgado with a nice touch. That's a good pass for Mendiola, but he was well marked. And that one goes by the board. Mendiola, a player that's really been coming on lately for Las Vegas as a dangerous and relentless attacker. Looking for Cheney. Good coverage that time by Herrera Perla. And Mendiola looked over the shoulder to try to find that one. That was a tough one to get, but Del Campo marked him well. Referee would like to throw in a specific spot, and Avila will be more than happy to move it a little bit closer to the goal. Ochoa stripped off the ball nicely. Got it back, but in doing so, committed a foul. I don't know if you've heard about this, Lori. This made some news. But the next Lights home game on September the 8th when Los Dos come to Cashman, we'll tell you about this. Yeah, we have a minute to tell you about that. 200 lucky fans will be chosen to chase their share of $5,000 in cash that will be dropped from a helicopter.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Helicopter drop night. Now, you got to be 18 years or older to participate. Visit lightsfc.com/September. And find out more how you can get your hands on a portion of $5,000. And I can recommend several places in Las Vegas where you can spend it too.
Well, you said it earlier about coaches and being a little suspicious about what their players are up to when they're here in Vegas. And it's always these types of events and things during the halftime and prior to the games that would have these coaches being suspicious. Always Vegas, something.
The hockey team just didn't get to the Stanley Cup Finals only because they were a great team.
I totally agree.
You know, I know in the NBA they used to call it the South Beach flu when people would come to Miami and struggle against the Miami Heat. I think there's a Vegas version of the flu that's going to be affecting teams as Las Vegas gets more and more pro sports. A tremendous individual effort that time by Herrera Perla. He ends up getting dragged down after winning the ball. And he will get the opportunity for this kick to see if they go toward Mendiola again. He'll cede the kick. He gets it back after all. But Mendiola right down that right side has been an attacking presence for the Lights so far tonight, but they trail 1-0 on the goal by Kaffa in minute number 4. Kobayashi working well in space, gets it back into the front, dangerous ball, and Alvarez almost got there in time. Garcia had to hold up just a little bit to get everybody back on side, and that slowed down his shot. Now Cheney working very nicely with Verhoeven. He has Kaffa there, number 10 too, just outside the penalty area. Kaffa would like that ball. Cheney had it rejected. And there is a, what they would call in hockey, a delayed offside, but delayed. They were waiting to see how that would turn out.
Well, on the other end, that was one of the better buildups for Las Vegas. Getting out wide, a good ball in by Kobayashi. Just trying to lay it off there. Couldn't get anything of it, but at the same time, a quick transition for Fresno, finding some gaps still in that Las Vegas defense.
Ochoa lays it off. There's a shot! Oh, off the iron! The equalizer rattled off the post. Mendiola with a BB.
Well, you said it best just a few minutes ago, how active he has been on that right-handed side, and this time he opts to cut in with his left foot and sends a whipping ball in that goes off the crossbar or the post. But what a fantastic look, and unfortunate to not find that ball in the back of the net.
I don't know how, but the Las Vegas stays off the board. That was close. Into triple coverage that time, and Ellis Hayden will come away with it. Kyle Rainish very fortunate. He laid out as best he could for that. He was beaten. Take another look at this and just see how close Mendiola got.
And here we a quick few touches of Mendiola, and then just unleashes this ball. Whips in. I mean, it was all the way, looking like it was going to be right in the back of the net, and unfortunately just takes a A bounce off that post.
It looked like it hit more the inside of the post too, Lori. That
Yeah,
could have easily spun left and stayed in.
You're exactly right, because it came ricocheting across that goal line, and Rainish will be kissing that post. We saw early on Mendiola's ability, his tidiness with the ball with his feet. And this one just as good a look as it. You can see his reaction, just can't believe it. That doesn't find the back of the net.
So the first Las Vegas corner tonight. It'll be Kobayashi. Far post. Headed by Ochoa, swept away. Did not get that on frame at all. And now Kaffa switching over to the right side, not his customary side. Alvarez. Penetrating goal kick, and Las Vegas stays on the attack. And a switch here to Manley. Is it too much? No, he gathers it nicely. Oh, that's good footwork there. Kobayashi can't control the goal kick coming up.
And nothing comes of this play, but this is better by Las Vegas, and this is what we're used to as a team that starts to attack, puts pressure on the opposing team, doesn't let them out defensively. They can keep this up, they're going to find themselves right in the back into this game.
They seem livelier than a week ago. They seem more aggressive, more attacking, and that was one of your big keys to the game tonight.
Yeah, when we spoke to Isidro midweek, that was one thing that he said. I mean, he didn't think it was a bad performance.
Looking for an offsides call that wasn't there. Allowing Fresno to attack a little bit, and it stripped away. Beautiful defense by Eric Avila. Now we have a Las Vegas player shaken up. Can't get a clear look at the number, and now that's Mendiola, and he is grabbing the ankle a little bit there. I was thinking we could take a look at what happened to him. He's thinking he'll be okay, but
yeah, it just gets caught. The Fresno player here, just so nifty with his footwork, keeps it tight. It's hard to defend, and it just catches him. But to my point about Las Vegas last week, it wasn't that Isidro was upset with the way they played. It was just a different style than he's used to. They're used to taking risks, taking chances, and getting into the attack. And he felt like they sat back. And he knew this game they were going to need to get their line of confrontation higher, put more pressure on Fresno. They know they need points, but at the same time, when they play at home, they want to put on a performance. They want it to be a great performance for their fans, and they were going to look to remedy that this week.
and they'll retreat all the way back to the goalkeeper tonight, who is Angel Alvarez. As Ferrino gets the night off, Adu, Mendoza, Garcia, Guzman, Miranda, and Perez. Other substitutions available for Isidro Sanchez tonight. Howard, Brown, Strong, Bustamante, Campbell, Cazares, and Tayu available tonight for Adam Smith. Now Alvarez, see if it's a give and go. It is. Alvarez might have a little bit of room to crank here. Good footwork by Alvarez and good patience. His cross is returned to him. Working to Avila. Avila may run out of room here. He tries to cross it, and he will earn a corner kick. Manley, will he be a target on this corner? Fresno bringing in some size. Del Campo and Ribeiro to defend. Again, you've got righty lefty. Last time it was Kobayashi. Short corner. They'll try a different attack. Shot blocked. And the spinning top there finally controlled. Now Manley will get involved. Herrera Perla, his pass rejected. Of course, we saw last week Las Vegas using the big cardboard cards like they do in college football So we saw 4 Kings play. We saw the Usain Bolt play with the Jamaican flag and Usain Bolt's world record 100-meter dash on there. So they may have changed the cards this week. They may have to do that every week. There's one person who has to head down to the office to get that taken care of. Now the Foxes in front 1-0 on the Juan Pablo Caffa goal in minute number 4. Daly and Kobayashi. Kobayashi put a lot on that. And Mendiola get a little shove in the back, and he's upset that he didn't get a whistle there. Daly with a little push, and excuse me, that's Salgado, who's a little under the hot under the collar with our referee. And now the referee would like a little more. He wants to do the talking now. Kobayashi, who's in charge of this show here, is now trying to cool down his teammate.
Yeah, and if Salgado's not careful, he is going to find a card. He's lucky he didn't get one. That's why Kobayashi's coming over, trying to calm both players down, talk to the referee, make sure he's not going to get a card. Salgado obviously not happy. Feels like he should have gotten the call there, but not enough contact for that to be a foul.
Kobayashi, and that will go way off the mark. Well, this has been a problem for Las Vegas this year. It's been the yellow card. Been their weakness at times. And Juan Pablo Caffa is coming out of this game. This is a blow for Fresno. Bustamante will come in. So Juan Pablo Caffa, the captain and the goal scorer, physically unable to continue this match tonight. Be curious to see who gets the armband here. It might looks like it's going to be Ribeiro, number 9, will be the new captain. So, but while he was in there, Lori, he had an impact.
Exactly, from that first whistle as well. Found loads of space on that left-hand side of the field, and just Alvarez comes out fishing for the ball. Just a good little left-footed touch past him to send it home. But we saw him struggling with his calf earlier. Looks like he couldn't recover from it.
So it might have been more than a cramp to take Caffa out of the match, and it's an unfortunate blow for the Foxes and a big break for Las Vegas Lights.
But if you're only going to get 32 minutes or so of play, to be able to score a goal in the first 2 minutes is unbelievable. So, as you mentioned, you're exactly right. Had an impact right from that opening whistle. And from your captain and your center mid that makes so many good runs and causes opposing team so much trouble, that's exactly what you want.
Chipped into traffic, and Garcia a little pushy there. We'll get the whistle against him. Gives us a moment to tell you that you can watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. With Lori Lindsay, Dave Lamont. 1-0 Fresno, 33rd minute of this USL Western Conference matchup. Two teams not in the top 8, trying to fight their way into the top 8 to make those Western finals. Halftime, we'll look ahead for these two sides and see what their schedules look like. We'll also give you week 23 in the USL, the very best, and our Saturday scoreboard, so you can keep up with what's happened in the Eastern and Western Conferences of the United Soccer League. See a big old chunk of turf right there that got taken up. Slowed down the Vegas attack for the moment. Now Manley on the approach. Manley fires, and going to the ground was Rainish. Just Manley put a little something on that.
And he's been a bright spot down this left-hand side, getting into the attack out of that left back position. And this time, instead of taking it to inline and looking for a cross, opts to cut inside and go for it himself. And not a bad look. Why not? Especially when you're hunting down a tying goal.
The old expression, I think it was Michael Jordan who said it, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Good chest trap that time by Ochoa. Alvarez splitting the defense, but ran into Ribeiro, who's now the captain, and Ribeiro knocked it out of play. By the way, the inaugural Copa Lights 7-on-7 adult soccer tournament takes place September 21 through the 23rd right here at Cashman Field. Registration opens Monday at lightsfc.com. If someone of the initials LL shows up, run, because she'll beat your brains in. That would be you. So, yeah, if someone claims to be Lori Lindsay, be careful. Or get her on your side, is what I'm suggesting. Trying to get everything just the way he wants it, but he better throw it here before he loses the opportunity. Gets it back, and the touch just too light. And now Fresno counterattacking. They've been quiet the last several minutes on the offensive end. As soon as you say that, here comes the pressure and a shot, and Alvarez had to go to the ground as Ronnie Argueta came up with a blast from distance.
Yeah, the last 20 minutes or so, the momentum's changed, and we're starting to see Las Vegas be on the front foot a lot more. But this is a good turn here by Fresno and a good look. Doesn't cause Alvarez any trouble. He's able to go to the ground easily and just clean this ball up. But at the same time, it has been more Vegas in terms of momentum, getting on the ball, creating more of the chances.
Seems like most of this game has been played on this end where we are right now. Manley has certainly had a big part of that, and he's got a little bit of space as he charges, and his pass is deflected out of bounds by Pedro Ribeiro. Fresno's already had to go to the bench with Renato Bustamante coming in to replace Juan Pablo Caffa, who had a problem with his left leg and sat on the ground for about a minute and a half and ultimately could not continue. You see the Las Vegas has doubled the shots on Fresno. Ochoa looked like he had something going, but had to get it out of the way. Mendiola will take over. Contact there. Great effort here by Salgado. Salgado gets into the penalty area. His chance is rejected, and out of play it goes. Once again, Ribeiro getting heavily involved in the midfield. Mendiola can't quite get to that one, and Fresno will try to counterattack and get Cheney loose, but he could not get it by Juan Herrera Perla as he anticipated Cheney's breakout. Seems like everything is going fairly well for Las Vegas, except they can't find a clean shot or get to the back of the net yet.
Yeah, other than Mendola's chance where it ricocheted off the post, it really has kind of broken down in that final third. But we're seeing a lot of their possession in here with Kobayashi and in the middle third of the field. And you're exactly right. It's a much more positive performance than we saw last week. We just can't seem to find the back of the net yet. These last 7 minutes or so in this first half. See if they can start to take risk. And this is a player that we haven't called his name very much, was Carlos Alvarez. Knew it potentially could take him a little time to work himself back into the game, into this team, with missing 3 games with that red card suspension. But the more they can get him on the ball, he has been such a good asset to this team.
Here's the chance now. Ochoa, the rebound is on the deck, and it's going to go wide, and a corner kick is coming up as a fine save by Rainish to keep the lights out of the scoring column for now.
And this is a good look in, and just as we were saying, Alvarez, he's on the end of this ball, just falls straight to Ochoa, but ricochets off the keeper and finds the ball that can't go in the back of the net. It's unfortunate because they are knocking on the door.
That's unbelievable what I just saw there. They got their boards mixed up apparently. Offsides off of a set piece corner. And they're going to argue with that referee's assistant, and they're going to lose the argument. Wow. Alvarez and Kobayashi is the diplomat of the bunch here at the moment. But here's where Kobayashi, I don't care if he has to take Alvarez in a golf cart to get him out of there. The referee is going to get tired of this dissent. This is his second significant conversation with the Las Vegas Lights player tonight. Alvarez, and you said it, Lori, just a minute ago, coming off a red card suspension.
Yeah, and he needs to be careful and make sure he doesn't get a card, because we've seen how this has gone. And you mentioned it earlier about their Achilles heel's been the yellow cards, the red cards, so they need just to make sure that they're calming themselves down. There's still so much time to play. Yes, they're upset with the calls with the referee, but this is one of those must-win games for them, and they need to channel that energy and make sure that they're getting some goals, getting themselves on the scoreboard.
So after that, about a minute-long delay there, and now the referee continuing to blow the whistle. We're not planning on any kind of breaks or anything, so now the referee just didn't like where the ball was placed by Rainish. He'll fire away from here. And Alvarez, if he can turn that anger into good play, that's what Las Vegas needs from him right now. And now the referee again wants to throw in down a particular location. Throwing coming up here for Las Vegas. Figure with all the falderall the last couple of fouls, we'll probably get a couple of minutes of stoppage time here. No bookings for either side in this first half, although it's been close a couple of times with dissent. Oh, that was nearly perfect for Manley, but a fine job that time by Verhoeven to intercept. Now down to Salgado. Mendiola breaking through and had it taken away by Ribeiro. And now that is Salgado down and in a lot of pain. It's his left knee, and it happened a little bit away from the ball. So let's take a look and see what it is. And happy to see that he's back on his feet.
Gets a cleat to that left knee. That never feels good, but it's good to see him back up on his feet.
I always get worried when somebody clutches a knee. Dangerous position here. Kobayashi has it. Feeds it. Headed away sharply. But certainly not out of danger. Kobayashi gets by one defender, lays it off. Another cross, far post, and almost an on-point header that time by Inigo. He was covered by Ellis Hayden and put at both players, putting maximum effort into trying to get a piece of that ball.
And again, this is a good look for Las Vegas. A good floated ball in. Can't make good contact on it to get anything on frame. But at the same time, Vegas still continuing to create chances, cause trouble for Fresno. This is a performance that they would be happy with, besides not finding the back of the net so far this first half, and a good response from after last week's performance.
And a collision, and Alvarez is going to get a yellow card for this collision with Ellis Hayden. I don't think there's intent here, and that's just my first reaction, but Ellis Hayden went down the back of the head. And 3 minutes, you can see the official over there by the poker table with stoppage time indicated. So Alvarez, who was a little bit agitated a few minutes ago, trying to calm down while being assessed a yellow card. And we'll take a look at it again. Lori, what do you think, if this was a worthy yellow or not?
I mean, both players are going for the ball. I don't think that's a worthy yellow necessarily, but at the same time, it feels like a little bit of a response to the referee just getting exasperated with the continuous talking to, and that's not always fair, and the fact that you just want to be able to get the calls when it's needed. But that's not a yellow in my eyes.
About 2 minutes remaining in this half. Throw-in will favor the Foxes of Fresno. Mentioned Fresno has not lost a game all season when they score first. This is their 14th game where they have had the first goal. They have 8 wins and 5 draws. Now that's a foul. I think it's on Ochoa. Fresno responding quickly. And Fresno player still shaken up. And that is Ribeiro. Referee right there. Thought that Ochoa may have thrust a little too violently. But we just haven't seen this end of the field very much in this half. And yet Las Vegas still trails 1-0 on the very early goal by Juan Pablo Caffa. A little bit of frustration for the Lights FC to have the better run, dominant possession, 65 to 35%. Sometimes that is a meaningless statistic, but I think it does tell the tale of the half. 10 shots to 5. However, 4 Fresno shots on target as opposed to only 1 for Las Vegas.
And 4 shots on target and 1 goal. Great percentages for this Fresno team who's playing away from home.
And we are at halftime. And immediately the referee is surrounded by Las Vegas Lights players offering their opinion of the first half. We will have ours as well. And right now he is just dispatching them to the dressing room as Captain Kobayashi, who is working triple overtime tonight with that armband. as the officials try to get back to their dressing room at Cashman Field peacefully as possible. 1-0 as law enforcement has to step onto the pitch to make sure we get a second half happening here. As always, a spectacular start to play for the fans, but for Fresno, a better start. Juan Pablo Caffa with the goal. Our halftime festivities start in a moment.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Light Soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Las Vegas Lights take on Reno 1868 FC, Tuesday, August 28th at 7:30 p.m.
Brought down. Shot ripped in.
Tune in for all the action on MyLV-TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
With rising electric bills, now is the time to call Universal Solar Direct to take advantage of tax rebates and years of continued savings. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct now. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
We're in this to win it. We're going to go the extra mile. When the lights go low, we're in it to the very end, till the crowd starts to roar.
Universal helped me eliminate my electric utility bill.
Call today and get the lifetime monitoring and maintenance package included. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
Hello, I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. There's a lot of confusion lately about health insurance. Nevada Health Link can help you shop for and enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com to review your options and enroll.
Fresno FC with a 1-0 advantage over Las Vegas Lights FC with Lori Lindsay, Dave Lamont. Cashman Field, the site tonight for this USL Western Conference matchup with 2 teams outside the top 8 in the West. The top 8, of course, in both conferences will make the playoffs. And we take a look at where we stand here. And again, to show you, Fresno's right there. If they pull up 3 tonight, they're going to thrust themselves into that top 8. While Las Vegas in 14th place trying to make the end run around Los Dos, whom they do have a game in hand on.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And Fresno FC, this isn't a must-win for them, but it would put them in an even better position to slip into that top 8. But Las Vegas Lights, this is a must-win, especially at home, trying to move their way, inch their way up, and really make a case for themselves.
So we take a look at what's ahead for these 2 sides, and we call it by strength of schedule here in a way. And you take a look first off, of course, at the Lights. Reno, that'll be a big derby right there. Los Dos, P2, and then they get 2 shots at Reno. Meantime, Fresno, Swope Park is the only one of their next 4 opponents outside the playoff race. So these sides are both going to be going up against Reno 1868.
And it's even more important for Fresno than this game, knowing that they're going to play some of these top 8 teams, playoff contention teams. They can steal a win here tonight. And they're already up 1-0, put in a solid performance, but they're needed to close this out in the next 45 minutes.
The goal by Juan Pablo Caffa in the 4th minute. Juan Pablo Caffa unable to continue in the match. He left with an injury, but he does leave with the only goal so far. We'll have our Saturday scoreboard and news and notes when we return.
I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I'ma keep on climbing, I ain't gon' stop. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I was born from the bottom, but raised to the top. I'ma keep on climbing, I ain't gon' stop.
Thomasina Molson looking for number 14. There it is.
Cross comes in towards the back post and
Foster Langsdorff has his 11th goal this season.
The corner of the 18, cross comes in, and a goal for Foster Langsdorff. It's his second of the evening.
Into the box, a strike, and a goal. Christian Valesky. Guess who? Again, Valesky with his second.
Slides it across, Michael Seaton. Seaton in on goal, Michael Seaton, he's at the brace.
Ledesma right at the edge of the 18, takes a shot, and Manu Ledesma does it again!
Now Spees gives it a go, and Spees finds the back of the net. Game of one-upsmanship from the Indy 11 this season.
Rebound comes out though, and it's stuck right back in. And guess who? Solomon Asante. Chance now for it, St. Louis! Long overdue goal for Corey Herzog. Here's Carl Howarth, and the shot, and it is 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC.
Here's Alizane to strike. It hits the frame of the goal and goes in.
Laid off to the path of Barry, he's onside, and he fires it home.
It'll be Gordon to strike with his right boot, hits it, and puts it in the back of the net.
To Velasquez. He'll take a crack through distance, and a goal! Chandler Hoffman redirects it for the goal.
Here's another opportunity. Dixon shot and a score.
Back to Corbin Bone. Bone inside of the 18. Buries it in the back of the net.
So Belmar now into the area, Carlson Belmar. Losing his defender, Belmar. Surely Blackwood gets the goal. Great save by Kendall McIntosh.
Shot getting a piece of it.
What a save. Great stop by Dykstra. Oh, what a save by Vaughn Williams.
Cardoni with an impressive save.
A brilliant save.
So there is our score right here. Fresno leading Las Vegas Lights 1-0. Orange County a loser tonight, surprising a few people in USL play. In the meantime, Las Vegas trying to break a bit of a slump. They have not scored since August 15th. OKC, man, are they playing well after a hideous start. The Greens are doing very well, taking down Seattle 2 tonight. St. Louis and Tulsa, a wild one. And St. Louis takes that one down. Swope with a victory over San Antonio. We mentioned RGV beating Orange County. This is all Western Conference games so far. Out of the 6 games there, did anything stand out?
Well, that Real Monarchs game, 4-0 over LA Galaxy 2. Massive win. And then, as you mentioned, OKC Energy putting in a great performance over Seattle Sounders FC 2. So some big wins tonight for these teams.
Rochester is back. The Rhinos are the latest team to join USL Division III by 2020. And right now, the USL will go over 2 million fans this weekend. Clubs are averaging more than 5,000 per match. And by the way, we mentioned United Soccer League D3. Paperwork has been filed to consist of at least 10 clubs next year. So the USL continuing to grow both in the main league and now D3, which is going to be a spectacular opportunity for a lot of cities to be involved in the United Soccer League. Can the Lights make the rally and get back on the board for the first time in almost 2 weeks? We'll find out.
With rising electric bills, now is the time to call Universal Solar Direct to take advantage of tax rebates and years of continued savings. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct now. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
John Barr! John Barr! You can do it!
I got drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like curry, so respect the shooter. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver.
John. I'll do anything to sell you a car.
At Chivas Fight Club, we believe there's a fighter in all of us. A mind that's always moving, thinking, sparring, and a heart that won't be knocked down. We believe in staying devoted to the fight, because every dream is worth fighting for. On the rise to the top, hard work should be rewarded, and success always shared. What are you fighting for?
Boston Dental Group, your place for friendly, gentle, and convenient dental care in Las Vegas. We offer you expert specialists such as orthodontics, implants, cosmetic dentistry, and even pedodontics for your children. Call us today to take advantage of our limited time offers. 25% off cleanings and only $250 down to start your braces today. Call 702-388-8888.
We're Boston Dental Group, making healthy smiles more affordable to you.
Las Vegas Lights take on Reno 1868 FC, Tuesday, August 28th at 7:30 p.m.
On down, shot, rip, in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV Channel 21, Cable 12.
Lights FC is brought to you by NV Energy. Download the Lights FC mobile phone app today, powered by NV Energy. By your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. And by Boston Dental Group, official dentist of Lights FC. Beautiful conditions at Cashman tonight. And Las Vegas, Lori, has been in a bit of an offensive slump lately. They've only had 3 goals in the month of August and have not had one since Matt Thomas's goal in the 16th minute back on August 15th. So they've got to unlock whatever it is that has plagued them. They certainly have had chances, but right in the very beginning of the game, they get an opportunity.
Yeah, it was Mendiola looking for the strike. We thought it hit the back of the net, but it ended up hitting the side netting. But he'd been active all game on that right-hand side. A little bit later in the first half, we'll see him take a strike that ricochets off the post. But what a bright spot for him. But really, in the first few minutes, it was Kaffa here that finds so much open space. Disorganized in the back line for Las Vegas. Finds himself wide open, just takes a touch past Alvarez, who's come out in no man's land, and just slots it home. See the celebration here, and what a wonderful start on the road for them, especially as they continue to try to slip into those final spots for the playoff. And this would be another good look for them. It was Kaffa who's delivering this. Actually, excuse me, it wasn't Kaffa, it was Verhoeven slotting this ball across the box here, and a good look by Ellis Hayden, but can't capitalize on that one.
There's the shot that you mentioned earlier. Mendiola just ripping a left-footed rocket, and this almost hit the inside of the post. It looks, it appears to be right here. You see Rainish turned around and looked at it. He knew he was beaten.
Rainish was looking at it. Mendiola was looking at it. They couldn't believe that it didn't find the back of the net.
Argueta gets off a low rocket here, and Alvarez, starting over Fresno tonight, comes up with a nice save. So shots, Las Vegas dominating, but Fresno's are putting theirs on frame. Possession really in favor of Las Vegas. They did get hit with another yellow card to add to their league lead. No red cards. Offside's not a big deal in this one. So Las Vegas Lights trying to get the secret of goal scoring again. It's been a while, over 200 minutes now since Las Vegas has put one in the back of the net, because the Thomas goal was in the 16th minute back on August 15th.
And this possession does tell the tale of this first half. Vegas having the majority of the play, dictating the tempo, but again, they want to get on that front foot right at the beginning of the second half and see if they can find the back of the net early, because this is a must-win for them to really start to eke their way up, or inch their way up to the playoff, into a playoff position.
So we'll take a look at what Las Vegas has done at Cashman, where we are tonight, and what they have done away. And they do have 6 of their 10 remaining games at home. So they do have a winning record at home, but a lot of the teams that are below that top 8 line do struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. This is not an easy place to play, and we've seen Las Vegas turn this into a place that's been successful for them. But as you mentioned, Matt Thomas, and the last time they scored a goal was August 15th. So they're really going to need to try to turn that around tonight and see if they can get a few in the back of the net in the second half against Fresno.
What's dramatic is the difference in goals against. 13 here at Cashman, 38 away, while their goal scoring is virtually equal, 33 and it's 16 and 17 split. So they've had their problems with traveling outside of Las Vegas. Taking a look at that gathering there and don't see any changes made. And the other thing for Las Vegas, they got to keep their cool. They had a few too many arguments with the referee in the first half.
And this is a good sign, the team huddling up here before the kickoff and just getting everyone together. We see Alvarez being the one that's speaking there, and Garcia, the two center mids that help control this team and dictate the tempo. To see both of them speaking up and kind of forming that cohesion amongst this team is a good sign.
Fresno, no other changes we know about for them other than the one they were forced to make in the 32nd minute with the Juan Pablo Caffa injury. But he certainly left his mark on the game. If you missed earlier the highlights, scoring in the 4th minute. So we're waiting for the referee to plug in the boy band mic. And we'll be ready to go. Oh, that's the official name. Yeah, that's the official name. Same thing with football officials now, American football officials who wear those to communicate with each other. That is officially known as the boy band mic. And we're underway. Fresno's in the white. Las Vegas in the home black with the bright trim. And with Lori Lindsay, Dave Lamont, half number 2 in this critical USL Western Conference matchup with these teams trying to chisel their way into the top 8. We are downtown Las Vegas. Alvarez in goal tonight instead of Ferrigno with a powerful leg. That's a real weapon. Launched. And that's going to be a corner kick opportunity very early on, as Alex Cooper was forced to head that one into the outfield wall.
And coming out of halftime, this is exactly what you want if you're Las Vegas. Getting on that front foot, getting yourself a free kick or a corner kick here right in the opening minute.
You got Salgado or Kobayashi, left or right. Now Kobayashi comes out low and right toward the Fresno defense. Avila will work it back to Manley. Now here is Omar Salgado. Another low approach. That's swept out of there beautifully. And let's see if Manley will wait for that. No, he decides to go ahead and cut it off before it went out of bounds. Chips in and out of play. Way too heavy a touch, and a goal kick coming up for the veteran Kyle Rainish. We looked at the Eastern Conference scores tonight. I know we highlighted the West. Louisville scored 6 tonight. North Carolina scored 6 tonight. Charleston and New York had a 4-4 draw. Here we stand 1-0. Fresno Football Club, the Foxes. And they seem to manage okay without Juan Pablo Caffa, who had to leave in the 32nd minute. Ribeiro's now the captain, but Bustamante has come on and played solidly. And here he is chasing after that, and Alvarez will get there way ahead of him. Trying to create more pressure. Kobayashi with a trap. Fires, deflected. And that's going to be a big break for Las Vegas with a corner kick coming up. So again, we'll see Salgado and Kobayashi team up. We've seen a little bit of everything, including a rare offsides off a corner kick. And there we go. It's the Four Kings play. Trying to remember what this one is. Saw it last week. This could be a long far poster here. It is far post. Garcia interrupting, almost turned that around, and now it's going to be a whistle and a foul against the Lights. Now a little bit of threat coming here from Fresno as Bustamante dropped it off. Trying to get it to Cheney, and Alvarez very smartly gets in the way of that. It was actually a touch by Ellis Hayden. Cheney, number 21, was hanging around, waiting to see if there was going to be a morsel left for him, and there wasn't. Kobayashi with a pass through traffic. Played ahead to Manley down the left side. He's got Ochoa in the lead in front, and that did not work out at all.
No miscommunication there between Manley and Salgado. Good little run by Salgado, but too heavy of a pass from Manley. Thought he was going to keep his run going. Still, Las Vegas coming out, being on the front foot, having the majority of the possession and opportunities right off the get-go from that first whistle of the second half.
Rainish is going to put this, we're going to go goalie to goalie here. Cheney's going to argue that Las Vegas touched it. He's not going to win. So Las Vegas will try to build it up from the back. Going with Inigo, who had an opportunity early in the first half on a header that just missed. Las Vegas keeping the pressure on. One thing they have not just been able to do, and it's been frustrating, has been find the back of the net. A little bit of a hold there. Now you've got Avila and Kobayashi, and this is a shaving cream foul. And there's the Usain Bolt play. So they didn't change their cards from last week. Passes hooked to Manley. Manley will lob it into traffic, headed on frame. And Mendiola just couldn't quite get that past the keeper, Rainish, or make it even more dangerous. The play worked, except for the goal.
And just when I was going to say that these plays, there's great intention behind them, but I just feel like the execution is missing. But this is a good look. Draw out the Fresno defense by playing this ball straight across the middle of the field, and then able to find that deep runner in. Rainish there just to pick it off, but at the same time, a better look and a better execution than we've seen on the corner kicks.
Bustamante will try to run this down. He does get there first. Cross back to the middle, rejected by Manley. Fresno trying to mount an attack. If they get a second goal, it could be devastating. That pass falling short of expectations. Argueta will run it down. And did he go over? Nope. The referee's assistant had a good look at it. Las Vegas wins the possession, but cannot clear it. Ribeiro, that's a worm burner that does nothing. Saturdays at 8 a.m. Be sure to tune into the Las Vegas Soccer Hour on NBC Sports AM 920, or log on to lvsportsnetwork.com, or on your preferred podcast platform by searching Las Vegas Soccer Hour. .50 ball. That one's going to be captured by Garcia. And he'll play it all the way back, but we found out that Angel Alvarez has an explosive leg. looked like it might have been a handball. And Las Vegas, I think, got away with one.
I can't believe it wasn't called. I thought that was a given there. Alvarez just slapped it down with his left hand. But play on, says the referee.
Fresno trying to mount any kind of a buildup. They really have been lacking in that, but yet they have the goal, and that's all that ultimately matters. Now there's a little bit of pressure being put on here. Laid off, but a good job by Kobayashi to step in front of Bustamante with the steal. Well done. And can the Lights come up with a counterpunch here? A lot of pressure on the ball, and that foul goes against Las Vegas. That attacking combination of Ochoa, Salgado, and Mendiola had evil intent that time, but not going to work out.
And here's the foul by Ochoa. Just being relentless, swiping at the ankles.
Now an opportunity here for the Lights to see if they can mount a counterattack. Omar Salgado looking for a little bit of help. Crosses, fires, it's going to be well off the mark. Hits the C in Las Vegas FC.
And we're starting to see this game open up a bit, a little bit more back and forth. Fresno getting some opportunities in their end, and then Las Vegas quick on the transition. They find Salgado down that right-hand side with some space. He opts to cut in and take a look himself, way off target.
Do you get the sense that there's going to be more scoring in this game?
Oh, 100%. Especially as the game starts to open up back and forth. Those are the typical games that we're used to, especially with Vegas. Back and forth, exciting, attacking type soccer. In the first half after Fresno scored, we saw them sit back a bit, be happy with it, taking the 1-0 lead that early on. Vegas with the majority of the possession, but not a ton of quality chances that were really testing Fresno. But if this game starts to open up, I think we're going to start to see Vegas start to get in quicker counter attacks, and they're going to spring Salgado and even Alvarez start to find some space in between those seams.
So as Vegas retreats, we'll remind you the USL's official Instagram account has highlights, photography, and interactive content with the league's players. Get it all at Instagram.com/USL Soccer. Big takedown there. And that will go in favor of Fresno. Foul there on Inigo. Cheney complaining. I think he wanted something more than just a foul. A little grab of the shirt.
Yeah, definitely a foul there, and they're going to start getting frustrated with just the amount of fouls that are happening.
Well, 10 on Las Vegas, 6. And you can see Cheney as he started to get up, mouthing the words yellow card. So Barrera right around second base. Chips it in. Tried to get it to Cheney, but I'm not sure what Cheney was going to be able to do with it. I don't think he's real happy with the service, or else he's thought he was fouled again. Either way, he leaves the area pretty frustrated. Fans, BDG Dental is proud to sponsor Shirts Off Our Backs. Following every Lights FC home game, we'll tell you more about that a little bit later on. But that's a tremendous opportunity for fans to get the shirts off the players' backs. Nobody ever asked that for broadcasters. It'll be Las Vegas ball here, as Las Vegas trying to break a bit of a scoring drought. Over 200 minutes now since they found the back of the net. Which is surprising when you think about it. You go back to how this team earned an early reputation for its exciting style of play. Including a win 3-2 over this Fresno team in Fresno. A big night for them. You know, a couple of newbies to the USL, and Las Vegas just rides into town and steals a 3-2 victory. It's the only meeting between these sides. That was March 17th. And substitution coming in for Las Vegas. We're going to see Freddie Adu in for Manley. So Freddie Adu in for Carter Manley. How do you interpret that substitution?
Yeah, an interesting substitution, but it looks like they want a more attacking presence for sure, and Freddie Adu has proven that. I mean, this is a home game. We've talked about this being a must-win for them. And it's not going to be a straight swap, it looks like. Freddie Adu is going to push up higher, go through to more of a 3-back for Las Vegas.
Ochoa with a touch there, trying to get it to somebody to make a run down the left side. Alvarez was late getting to the ball. So a throw-in coming up here for the Foxes.
And if Freddie Adu is playing that left back position, he is going to have the ability to get forward and get into the attack. Create a numbers up situation.
That foul going against Las Vegas. Looked like a 50-50 ball. Two players fighting forward in the air, but the whistle goes against the lights. Only one yellow card tonight. That was Alvarez in the 45th minute, making his return from a red card suspension. And both sides now with 2 substitutions available. Some clever play resulting in a goal kick that time. Inigo will try to build up from the back. Well, Salgado tried to create some space for himself, but blasted that way over the goal. Adu, I think, felt like he would like to have gotten a touch there on the left side.
Just the execution in that final third has been off for Las Vegas. Some good looks and not a bad opportunity or look for Salgado there. But I mean, if you're going to take that look, you're going to create that space for yourself. It's got to be on frame. At least make Rainish make a save or give up a rebound.
Sprint for this ball. Salgado almost got there first. Fresno nearly got burned. Salgado with tremendous effort. The Foxes survived that mini crisis. Cooper lays it off to Verhoeven. Again, Fresno's going to miss Jamal Johnson for anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks with a muscle injury. Good one touch now. Here is Cooper. Toward the center. Cheney drops it off. Verhoeven broken up. Great job defensively. I think that was Inigo who got in the way of that. Some clever passing by Fresno, and we do have a Fresno player shaken up. That is Alex Verhoeven, who's appealing for a call that's not going to come.
I think that tackle looked much worse than it appears to be here on Verhoeven, but a crunching tackle there to keep it out of the back of the net, or even an opportunity on goal.
So Omar Salgado will come out and Guzman Miranda will come in. As Las Vegas tries to counterpunch right here. Mendiola shooting. Goal! Mendiola from distance with a blistering equalizer.
Oh, this is just a fantastic strike into the upper 90. No other than Mendiola, one of the best players on the field tonight for Las Vegas Lights, just up and down that right-hand side, causing so much trouble. Originally, this ball from Salgado looks like it's behind Mendiola, which it is, but allows him to get onto his favored left foot, and just a beautiful strike, upper 90, no chance for Rainish. And it was bound to happen after some extremely good looks early on from Mendiola. One that included hitting the post in the first half, and then the side netting even earlier.
What's so funny, we were just about to say Salgado was going to come out of the game for Daniel Guzman Miranda, but he led that run and led the opportunity for a heck of a shot from Mendiola. Man, was that peppered. I don't know how any goalie was going to be able to stop that.
No, they weren't. What a rocket.
So the 24-year-old Mendiola just blasting away. His third left foot goal of the season. Wow, that was something. So that little slump we talked about is over, and then some careless play there by Las Vegas, and all of a sudden Fresno was just a few feet away from going back in front. By the way, Lights Goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. And now more pressure being put on Rainish. So we had heard there was going to be a substitution. There is, but it's for Fresno as Cheney is out and Tayu comes in. Frank Tayu. So the other substitution that we had heard about for Las Vegas has not happened yet. Salgado is still in the game. And it's very possible that they change their minds after watching Salgado, who's right there again, putting pressure on the ball. Decide to leave him out there a little while longer. Although you do see one player without the vest loose. So we'll see how this plays out. Still two substitutions for each side. Actually, excuse me, only one available now for Fresno. And there is Tayu, very similar build to Cheney. Sticks out in the crowd. Ribeiro being hounded, and an easy play there for the goalkeeper, Angel Alvarez. We're going, no, Salgado with a little chip, and it's saved. Is it a handball? Oh, yes, it is. Straight red card, and we're going to the spot. Fresno will finish this game down a man as Del Campo has been sent off for the handball.
And what a turn of events in this game. Las Vegas just a handful of minutes ago, trailing 1-0. Find a equalizer with that blast from Mendiola, and now here with the opportunity to take the lead and play a man up in these final 23 minutes or so.
They're pointing to the scoreboard, which must be showing a replay, but it's too late, as Carole King once wrote. So let's take another look at it. See if the official was justified in pulling the red card here and the immediate ejection.
You know, this is a difficult angle to see, and Maybe Fresno has a case. It did look like it could have been off his chest more so. We see it here.
Yeah, it's a late arrival on that angle, so.
But initially, right away, I thought it was a handball as well. I thought it was a good call. He's preventing a goal. It would be a straight red.
Well, there's Chalice, who is the technical director, and Isidro's father. I don't know if that's an argument or what's going on there, but
well, nothing surprises us.
It's Salgado.
At Cashman Field.
Yeah, you got that right. Salgado now to give Las Vegas the lead. And Fresno will finish this match down a man. Only missing one important person here. That's our referee. Here we go. Oh, Reinish saves it! The rebound is loose. Kobayashi went after it. Reinish saved it. He guessed right.
And that was a good save, but not a good PK from Salgado. Just too easy, too predictable. But good guess by Reinish. He had it covered the entire time. As I mentioned, just not enough pace on it, too predictable by Salgado. He'll want that one back for sure. Would have given them the go-ahead goal. But still, now is the time to start continuing to put pressure on them. They're down a man, Fresno is.
They brought in number 29, Corey Brown, for their final substitution. He's in for Verhoeven. There's a shot, rejected. And now Teyu will lead the attack. And Teyu with a takedown on Herrera Perla, an obvious call there. It's getting insane in Cashman, as it so often does. You can catch the second edition of the Silver State Cup presented by Toro Texas on August 28th. That's Tuesday right here on MyLV TV. Kickoff is 7:30 p.m. between Lights FC and Reno 1868. Viva Lights. Garcia with a chip. Now Las Vegas, will they just be on perpetual attack? Freddie Adu trying to provide service, but it's headed away by Mickey Daly. Barrera getting involved. Kobayashi now. Salgado firing. Oh, man. Reinish got a glove on that. That was way better than the penalty kick.
Well, and it was a good idea to leave Salgado into the game after that Mendiola goal. I mean, besides missing that penalty kick, he has been active in this second half for sure, taking his chances. You ever seen another one of the cards come out for one of these set pieces plays?
Well, can they pull a rabbit out of a hat?
Let's see.
Kobayashi leaves it for Salgado. They drop it off. Avila and Reinish makes the catch. So the answer to that is no. But this was nasty.
Yeah, Kobayashi finds the ball after a little scuffle around the top of the box, and it lands right to Salgado, who opts to take it first time. What a rocket of a shot. But Reinish there just to tip it over that crossbar.
But you know what? Fresno didn't spend much time getting down the pitch. Cooper had an opportunity, knocked away from him. Barrera leaves it for Cooper, but Mendiola interrupts. Remember, Fresno's down a man. Del Campo is hit with a straight red card for a handball in the box. Lights season ticket holders, don't miss the Lights exclusive season ticket holder appreciation parties coming up September 12th and 18th. The parties will include up close and personal meet and greet sessions and games with Lights FC players, behind the scenes tour, and a youth clinic on this very pitch you're looking at right now. Free food and drinks included September 12 and 18. More pressure coming up here, and that was dangerous as it raced through the penalty area. That time Ochoa providing the pressure, and it's seeming like now just almost constant pressure by Las Vegas, looking to go ahead for the first time tonight. Chip into the middle. Everybody sort of froze for a second, expecting a whistle. He got one there, and it slowed things down a little bit. Now Fresno seems they got to find their sea legs. They seem like they have been knocked off their pins.
Yeah, besides those first 10 minutes where they scored the goal and then they had a few chances, it really has been all Las Vegas this game, and especially in the second half. Las Vegas came out after that halftime just guns a-blazing, taking chances and creating chances.
There's the substitution we were waiting for, and we had almost announced, actually. Now Guzman Miranda will come in for Salgado. Salgado leaves having had an absolute impact on this game. An unfortunate mistake with the penalty kick in the 69th minute. Fresno out of substitutions. Lights will have one left. Freddie Adu came in the 60th minute. What will end first, the game or Salgado's walk back to the bench? Teyu. And Herrera Perla does a nice job marking him there, but still Fresno with some penetration here. Let's see who takes the throw in. Cooper. Teyu trying to post up and turn and shoot. He had some intent on that, but Herrera Perla marking him closely rejected the shot. And a little confusion there as Barrera moved away from where the passer thought the ball was supposed to go. Thought Barrera would be home, but he wasn't. What do you do now if you're Fresno? Are you just hoping to get out of here with a draw since you're playing with 10?
100%. If you could sneak a goal, for sure, that would be great, and you can get the 3 points. But now that Las Vegas has tied it up, and they've had the momentum the majority of this game, they're still finding ways to create chances. You're playing with 10 men as Fresno, then yes, get compact defensively, make sure everyone knows their roles, don't give up any easy chances, don't give up any silly fouls that we're seeing here that potentially allows Las Vegas to score a goal. And then when you get your chance, get it out of danger zone, blast it into the stands, a little bit of gamesmanship, because a point here for Fresno would be a huge point. It'd be almost like a win on the road, especially with the way things have gone with Las Vegas. We talked about how successful they have been at home, difficult place to play. So even a tie would be huge, especially as Fresno tries to slip into one of those final spots in the playoff race.
So what play do you call here? Wow, Alvarez was way off the line, and the header just wide by, looks like Bustamante. Yeah, 23, Bustamante. This was almost backbreaking.
And this is one of the best opportunities by either team in this second half. And Las Vegas has got to be lucky and careful. You're exactly right. Alvarez comes fishing again in no man's land, not making a play. If that header would have been on target, would have had him beat. And on the flip side, you got to pick and choose your times. You're Vegas. You're still pressing. You need to get 3 points in this game, a must win at home. But at the same time, you can't have your goalkeeper coming out, swimming, and just leaving players unmarked in the box. There's a point where you need to be disciplined as well as taking risks and managing those risks, though.
Now Kobayashi surveying the field, decides to lay it off to Rafael Garcia. Garcia playing it down the middle. Too much for Mendiola that time. Ribeiro now with Mendiola in pursuit. Ribeiro did a good job fending him off, but could not complete the pass. So Garcia again. Kobayashi has still been fussing with his equipment for about a minute now. He's back and is open if Garcia wants to get it to him. And there he is. Mendiola dropped off Ochoa, heel pass. Now getting an opportunity on Rainish was Alvarez, but not enough on it. Alvarez stretching out a bit. You wonder about his match fitness, having not played that much lately, serving that long suspension. And he's still down stretching. It might be a little bit of a cramp in that left leg. They may have to attend to him. And that might be your last substitution possibly too.
Well, that's a bit of a heavy touch there from Mendiola that lands right into the path of Alvarez. And a decent look on goal. And I thought maybe he had gotten taken out and got clipped on his calf, but it does look like he is cramping.
He's actually asking the Rainish if he could have a little taste, and Rainish comes up with it. Very sportsmanlike.
Rainish, I think, thinks that's enough for him too.
I was going to say, hey,
he
buddy,
wants it back.
It says number 30 on it, not number 7. And so Rainish is not going to have to go to his bench. All this means is probably going to have another few seconds of stoppage time added to this. Rather, it certainly has not been dull. Very few Las Vegas Lights games could ever be called dull. And this one is turning into one. Fresno playing down a man after a handball in the box was called on Del Campo, and the penalty kick was saved by Kyle Rainish. That's why we are still at 1. We saw an utterly stunning strike from Raul Mendiola for the Las Vegas Lights goal. In the meantime, Alvarez has been down for almost 2 minutes. And Guzman, the medic here tonight. And Alvarez trying to get that leg unlocked. And he looks extremely uncomfortable. If you ever watch The Walking Dead, that's what he looks like right now. Much better looking, but still, it's that Walking Dead walk. And now the trainer rushing outside the goal area there. And he is just continuing to hydrate like mad. This has turned into a hydration break, really, for everybody, and understandably. You see Perez warming up, number 29, just in case. Looks like he is ready to go into the game. But losing Alvarez would be a blow. But Alvarez will indeed check out of the game, and Perez will check in. Joseph Perez. Out of Mexico. But still, Las Vegas with a man advantage here. They've had it since the 68th minute, so they've gone about 15, 16 minutes of play, and they have not scored. For Fresno, 1 point is okay. For Las Vegas, it's not going to be as good. Not when you're in 14th. You've got to find a way.
And not when you're playing at home. I mean, we've seen across the board that teams have been the most successful, obviously, at home. And those are when you absolutely are must to pick up points.
Barrera being very well marked. That's off of Garcia. Throwing coming up here. You can get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. Tayu, he's posted up there pretty good, but really couldn't turn and do anything with it. Flag came up. And that's why we're going to send it all the way back down to the other end. There'll be a little desperation here now for Las Vegas, trying to get these 3 points. Into the traffic. Garcia drops off for Avila. You have a do up top to the left. Mendiola, who's scored tonight. Avila, they switch. Loose ball. Garcia will get there first. In the top of the box, Garcia will fire and score! He scores! Garcia scores!
Well, this is a massive go-ahead goal for Las Vegas, a much-needed goal. They have been pouncing on this back line of Fresno all second half, creating chance after chance, just can't find the back of the net, but a brilliant first touch for Garcia to get him around the defender here. And here's that first touch, just sets him up for success. Another quick little touch, and then has all the time in the world to be able to strike this cleanly. And here's going to be a great look at this. Just brilliant strike. Enough pace, again, much like Mendiola's, where he just sends it upper 90. Rainish gets a little bit of a tip on it, but not enough to be able to. There's too much pace on it. Two fantastic goals for Las Vegas.
And that goal sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. So Elvis celebrating now. Can Las Vegas hang on and get the 3 points? All going against them. You notice one thing, how they've reacted better to the official in this half. The whole first half, it seemed like they spent so much energy arguing. And in this half, they have not really done that. And they've come out and actually played. And they've had the run of play in this second 45.
Right, with about 5 minutes left to go or so to play, with a couple minutes of extra time, they find themselves in a good position here. But you're exactly right. I mean, in the first half, so much energy spent arguing with the referee, worrying about things that they can't control. And whatever was said at halftime was much needed. It was about being disciplined, and they have. They've really just put their heads down, worked hard. Salgado, we saw, miss that penalty kick, but no one got down, continued to create chances, cause trouble, especially with Fresno playing down a man. And here they find themselves coming back from being 1-0 down and up 2-1 now with about 5 minutes left to go.
Well, BDG Dental is proud to sponsor Shirts Off Our Backs following every Lights FC home game. Schedule your next dental appointment by calling 388-88. Now through the haze of the goal smoke, Rainish will get that. It wasn't much he could do. Garcia just tagged that shot. Both the shots that have gotten by Rainish tonight have been absolute screamers.
Yeah, for the most part, Rainish has been solid back there, helped keep him in this game. But you're right, nothing he could do on both of those goals. Did manage to get a fingertip, but too much pace, too much power behind that shot by Garcia.
Now lofted into the box, Fresno. Now down a man. That's going to be a goal kick coming up. Gives us a chance to tell you to stay up to date with all the best from social media around the USL. If you watch Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL's social media channels. So we'll get some stoppage time here. And that call will go against Las Vegas. Send the ball. They imagine they have another ball on one of the ball kids ready to go. And 4 minutes of stoppage time added to this one. Fresno on the attack, and Alvarez, can he get there in time? He does. And he took a little, may have gotten stepped on or might have been kicked in the back of the leg, right by the glute, right there. He'll survive, though, I suspect. And you get a good look at what he sees. Well, he does have a weapon with that right leg, though. I mean, he can just immediately put you on offense. Guzman Miranda had a chance there to start another attack for Las Vegas. So about 3 minutes remaining in this one. It would be a big three for the Las Vegas Lights, who have been in a bit of a goal-scoring slump. They haven't scored more than one goal in a game since the month of July. And they managed to do it tonight. Could have had three if not for a penalty kick saved by Rainish.
That's a great ball by Freddie Adu. Even better touch by Mendiola.
He'll go to that left foot, and it's going to be deflected away, and a corner kick coming up.
But what a beautiful ball. Freddie Adu just does a good job of collecting it and then spraying that ball wide, and fantastic first touch for Mendiola to be able to collect that and keep it under control. And then, as you mentioned, just getting onto that favored left foot, and he's been doing that all game tonight.
Mendiola, who had the equalizer in this half in the 64th minute. And Garcia in the 86th. We don't know what card they pulled for this play, but they'll play conservatively. Not the worst idea. You wondered if the Lights would be able to take advantage of the advantage they have. 11 v 10, but wait a minute, it's not over yet. Shot blocked. Cooper with a left foot and was rejected solidly. Perez coming in, doing a good job there. Now the last desperate thrust for the Foxes. Into traffic, turned away. Adu. And Mendiola in no hurry to go goalward the other direction. Got about a minute left. Teyu. Chip. Charge still underway here. This is a little bit risky. Cooper. Cross. Goal! The cross by Cooper and the goal by Bustamante. And Fresno may indeed sneak out of here with a point. A devastating blow right there.
And this has been an issue for the Las Vegas in terms of goals scored against them and not keeping teams off the scoreboard. It's a good little look over the top of the back line for
this is a great feed by Cooper too, by the way.
Yeah, first time to keep it in play, and then just not good enough in the box, especially when you're up 2-1. Less than a minute to play. You got to be much tighter in the box. It's too easy, especially with a team that's playing down a man. Shouldn't even be able to get into danger zone like that.
Well, that's a tough one for Las Vegas, and what a steal for Fresno.
And you can see the reactions like on Las Vegas's face. It's gonna feel like a loss to them and a win for Fresno, especially coming back so late, last 10 seconds of this game.
Well, they paid for the fireworks. They might as well set them off, but this is a disappointing finish. You are 30 seconds away from 3 big, badly needed points, and your defense lets down. Credit Fresno. Cooper coolly crossing that. Bustamante beating the defender and the goalkeeper for the finish. And a devastating tie, if there is such a thing, a draw that may haunt Las Vegas in their hopes for the playoffs.
Las Vegas Lights take on Reno 1868 FC Tuesday, August 28th at 7:30 p.m.
On down, shot, rip, in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV Channel 21, Cable 12.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Light Soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Universal helped me eliminate my electric utility bill.
Call today and get the lifetime monitoring and maintenance package included. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
What is Zappos? Allow us to introduce ourselves. We're your one-stop shop for shoes, clothing, handbags, and a whole lot more. Simply put, Zappos is you. And we're here for you 24/7. Whether you need the latest and greatest in footwear or a new piece of luggage, we'll always ship it fast and free. Add to that free returns and a 1-year return policy, and you'll be set for a worry-free shopping adventure. So let us help deliver happiness to your front door. Shop on Zappos.com today.
Well, if you're a Fresno fan tonight, you couldn't be happier with that draw. But there you see the disgust on the faces of some of the Las Vegas Lights players. They gave away in probably the last 30 seconds of the match a game-tying goal by Renato Bustamante, and instead of coming out with 3 big points, and it's Mendiola who's just devastated. Lori, it ends up being a very exciting game, but a very frustrating finish.
Yeah, and early on it was all Fresno. So much room in this back line. Disorganization for Las Vegas early in this match. Caf is able to find the back of the net here in the first couple of minutes. But then the tides would turn and we would really start to see Las Vegas start to take over the entire match, have the quality of chances, the more of the possession, dictating the tempo. Here Mendiola's with a good look. We can't believe this wasn't in the back of the net. His favored left foot, just bending this around, so much pace. Has Rainish beat. Well, Rainish is thanking the post gods there.
Well, you think about it. Let's mark that put a pin in it, as they say. That was one that didn't go in. This is one that did. The equalizer. And what a screaming strike this is.
Yeah, one of the best strikes of the season here. Spall's a little bit behind him, but it allows him to cut it back onto his favored left foot that we talked about and saw his opportunity in the first half. And this one, what a screamer. Nothing that Rainish could do. Upper 90 the entire way. So much pace.
That's a goal of the week candidate when you think about
100%.
it. Placement of that shot. Now, there's a controversial handball that went against Fresno. Straight red. Del Campo's out of the game. It's 1-1 at this point, Lori. Now you have a chance to take the lead, put a pin in that one. That's 2 goals that might have been.
And not a good PK by Salgado. It's just too slow, too predictable. Easy for Rainish to save there. But then Garcia with the fantastic first touch that separates him from his defender, and then much like Mendiola's goal, just upper 90. There's that first touch we were talking about. And then just a blast outside that 18. Rainish does a good job of getting some fingertips on it, but it just has too much power, too much pace for him to be able to keep it out of the back of the net. And we thought this was going to be the game winner.
It's the 86th minute after all. Now we're down to the 93rd minute, 90 plus 3. Alex Cooper with a perfect cross to Bustamante, who beats the defender, beats the keeper, and it ends up, I mean, the whistle blows about 10 seconds later, and that is it. A difficult draw for Las Vegas to accept.
And you can see, as you said it the best, the disgust on the Las Vegas team's faces. That's absolutely going to feel like a loss, and they're dropping points when they desperately need points to try to slip into one of those 7th or 8th spots in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're 10 points out of that 8th spot right there now instead of getting closer. Fresno actually was in 10th. They're in a tie with San Antonio for the 10th spot, but San Antonio has 2 games in hand. At least Las Vegas has a game in hand on Los Dos and 2 on the switchback, so they try to move up, but that is a tough one. They do have a big one on Tuesday, though, versus Reno, 1868, so we'll see if Las Vegas can recoup. We thank you for watching. It was a wild one at Cashman Field. For Lori Lindsay and our broadcast crew, I'm Dave Lamont. We thank you for watching the Las Vegas Lights and the United Soccer League.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.